spectacular day in Southern California, and during this recessionary period, well, movie attendance is down. Concert goers are not going through the gate quite as often, but attendance up once again at the NHRA's Winternationals in Pomona. Beautiful day, winter time, and John Force, the season-long champion, the last 2 years getting his cars started. As we continue with the second round of the funny cars, and he'll be facing Jerry Caminito as they start up the car of Caminito, and Jerry is from New Jersey. A gentleman that doesn't always have the big sponsorship like some of the other competitors, but a very, very game individual as well. Jerry Caminito will face John Force, who for the past several years has been on the edge of technical advancement, as Steve found out earlier.
Don't panic. There's nothing wrong with your television set. The black and white camera you're seeing me on is mounted to the outside of John Force's trailer, so that from inside they can monitor the progress of the crew. And this camera is necessary because often Crew Chief Austin Coyle will be sequestered in the brand new Blue Room, as they call it, built into the trailer, the most sophisticated diagnostic center we have seen yet on site. Here is a defectometer to check for cracks in parts. Now here is a video microscope, again to find problems before they occur. He is looking at a roller tappet that connects to the camshaft. If one of those things breaks, it can cause a blower explosion and a very nasty fire. And just to the right of the video microscope, the round black thing, that is a Magnaflux unit to find cracks in steel parts. Also, there's a brand new computer system. He can analyze every run in detail. This was the 5.23 qualifying run. It only ran on 7 cylinders, that printout tells him, and it tells him which was the bad cylinder so he can fix it. Obviously, John Force is sparing no expense when it comes to winning his 3rd Winston Funny Car Crown.
And we will be along with the technological leader. John Force has the in-car camera as he gets ready for his matchup with Jerry Caminito.
And I guarantee you, Austin Coyle spent some time in that Blue Room. Force did not run well first round. Oh boy, he's running well now. In fact, low elapsed time for the breed here at the Winternationals. John Force, 5.18 seconds at 281 miles per hour. What a shot. That was just a beauty.
We continue with the second round of the funny cars. They get the car started for Dale Pulte. And he's got to be thinking it's going to be awfully tough to top that 5.18 that John Force just posted. Pulte matching up with Del Worsham. They're starting up the car of Worsham as well.
Well, Joel, you know, Pulte came into this round the low ET at 5.19. He sees the 5.18 up on the board by Force. He certainly knows the track is capable of holding a faster car, and he is capable of going faster, so it's entirely possible.
Let's head down to the other end of the track before the race, though, and check in with Steve.
John Force has been all over his crew chief Austin Coyle to give him more performance. They've been bickering and battling like they always do. 5.18. You can let up on him.
5.18?
You got it.
I'll give that boy a big old kiss, because
not a race.
We've been searching for that a long time, and playing around this weekend. Mooneyham's been stripping blowers every run, and she felt pretty awesome, but we're just really excited. It's my first team. I love it.
What a shot in the heat of the day.
A kiss from John Force. Austin Coyle might be hiding right now as Del Worsham gets ready for his matchup with Dale Pulte. Worsham, the Rookie of the Year last season. And for Dale Pulte, very familiar with this track and very successful here, winning twice before.
Back in 1980 and again in 1988. There's not much you can teach Dale Pulte about this sport. He is a consummate 20-car driver. Del Worsham, only 21 years of age, he'd be the first to tell you he's still got a lot to learn, even though he won 2 events last season and won that rookie title. Oh, yeah. Good race. At the big end, it is Pulte with the muscle. Dale Pulte. He had to come from behind. 5.29. Del Worsham fell off to a 5.47. Not much speed for Pulte. 262 miles per hour.
So we are now set for the final 4 of the semifinals in the funny cars, as Jim Epler will go against Dale Pulte, who just picked up that victory. Epler has the lane choice. The other semi, John Force and Mark Sievers, with Force taking the lane choice. We continue with the Chief Auto Parts Winternationals from Pomona, California, and we move to the semifinals of the Pro Stock Division. Jim Yates and Warren Johnson going at it.
And a very popular category with the racing fans. These are more like street vehicles than any of the other pro categories. They have bodies that have to maintain that street appearance and street dimensions. They're carbureted on racing gasoline with 4 and 5-speed transmissions. You've really got to be a race car driver in one of these things. If you're late off the starting line, you are history. If you miss a gear, you're going to lose. It takes tremendous precision And guys like Warren Johnson are knocking on the door of 200 miles an hour. Warren has been runner-up here at Pomona 3 times, has never won it. Jim Yates, a rare semifinal appearance, but this was the quickest car in the nation in testing earlier on this year. He really brings some credentials into this event. As they stage, they push a little button that locks up the front brake so the car can't move. They bring the RPMs way up, release the button, and hit the throttle at the same time. Tremendous RPM. Oh, my. Warren Johnson has foul started. You saw the red light over the starter shoulder. Ignore that first car across the finish line. It is Jim Yates who has won it in a big upset. Johnson will be suicidal. He has thrown away a 721 to a winning 724.
Joe Amato's car moving to the staging lanes for the semifinals in the top fuel division. As Amato gets ready to go, we continue, though, with the Chief Auto Parts Winternationals in the Pro Stock division. We already saw that one semifinal matchup, and now we're ready for the second semifinal. Bob Glidden going up against Jerry Ekman.
And Jerry Ekman is in the bright yellow Pontiac automobile, now based out of Central Ohio. Has 5 wins overall in his Pro Stock career. A lot of guys would kill for that. Bob Glidden, comparing the two, has won 80 times, if you can imagine that. Not even our pal Don Garland's here is even close to that. In fact, no one is. A record that may never be broken. Right, they move forward to stage. The yellow car is Ekman. The red car is Glidden. No one real anxious here to get the job done, Don.
It's a staging duel, and sometimes these Pro Stocks really get into them. It's an advantage sometimes to stage last, depending on how you have your clutch pedal set up. And so in this case, I don't think Bob wants to stage first.
That would appear to be. Let's see who breaks first. It's going to be Ekman. Ekman says, I'm done playing this game. Glidden finally nudges in. A great start. But it is Ekman controlling the race. Oh, Jerry Ekman, a 7:17 at 192 miles per hour to a 7:29 for Glidden, not even in the hunt. And that is a new national record.
So the final is set now in the Pro Stock. Jerry Ekman, coming off the 7.17, will have the lane choice in his final against Jim Yates. What a setting as we move back now. The in-car camera of Joe Amato and the semifinals in the top fuel. Amato getting ready to match up with Kenny Bernstein. Those two, along with Pat Austin, 3 of the 4 basically that most feel will get to the 300-mile mark first. Well, that 4th we have not seen so far today because it's been a very disappointing weekend for him. Earlier, though, Steve Evans had an opportunity to talk with that 4th person in the equation to find out what went wrong.
In many ways, the biggest surprise of this Winter Nationals is not what has happened, but what didn't. Don Perdome, who was favored to be #1 in top fuel, didn't qualify, and I know you're as stunned as we are.
Well, we sure are. We had a lot of problems with the car. It tested well at Bakersfield, at Phoenix. We run 488, 295, and we're all set to come here and run well. But from just the minute it came off the trailer, things started going bad for us, Steve. I don't have to tell you that. You watched every run, and it's just one of those things. That's what happens in drag racing, but we'll be back.